what I'm going to speak about today, I had previously written about it, and this was published in the Speaking Tree section of the newspaper Times of India. And this is about Vaikuntha Ekadasi. So before I proceed, I'm Sangeeta Venkatesh, and a very warm namaste. And if you're new to this channel is about temples, travels, destinations, culture, and spirituality. So, and if these topics interest you, please do subscribe and share it with friends and family. So, back to Vaikuntha Ekadasi. So, Ekadasi means the 11th in Sanskrit and refers to the 11th day of a fortnight belonging to a lunar month. Now, Vaikuntha Ekadasi falls in the moon's waxing phase, which is a Shukla Paksha, in the month of Dhanurmasa or Margari, which falls in between mid-December to mid-January. Hence, the Dhanurmasa Shukla Paksha Ekadasi is called Vaikuntha Ekadasi and is synonymous with fasting and abstinence. However, this austerity is associated with much deeper aspects, and this is explained in the Padma Purana, which is a second amongst the 18 Puranas, which tell us about the beginnings of Ekadasi with this legend which I am going to narrate. It was during the golden period of Satya Yuga or the Krita Yuga, an asura called Muran harassed both devas and mortals. Unable to bear his tyranny, the devas sought refuge in Lord Shiva. Shiva in turn pleaded helplessness and directed them to approach Lord Vishnu. Vishnu acceded to the request of the devas and went out to battle with Muran. What ensued was a long battle that lasted 1,000 celestial years. There came a time that the Lord himself wanted to rest for a while and entered a beautiful cave called Himavati in Badrikashrama and slipped into Yoga Nidra. Muran wanted to seize this opportunity to attack the Lord while he was sleeping. However, Shakti, Vishnu's female energy, emerged out of his body and assumed the form of a beautiful damsel who fought Muran and vanquished him. When Vishnu awoke, he was very pleased and named this maiden as Ekadasi and granted her a boon. The maiden said, "O Lord, if you're pleased with me and wish to give me a boon, then give me the power to deliver people from the greatest sin if they fast on this day." Vishnu granted her the boon and declared that people worshipping her would reach Vaikuntha. Thus, it is said, was born the first Ekadasi, which was the Dhanurmasa Shukla Paksha Ekadasi. Sages and devout people have been since observing the Ekadasi Vrata regularly. Here, the demon Muran represents the tamasic and rajasic qualities in us. The import of the Ekadasi Vrata is that one can conquer the basal qualities or the rajasic and the tamasic tendencies in us through fasting. This helps us reach our ultimate destination, Vaikuntha. And what is Vaikuntha? It is a place or state of no kuntita or dullness or stupidity and misery. It is also said that on this day that the Ksheerasagara Mantana, the churning of the ocean, took place and the nectar of immortality or Amrita was distributed to the gods. So, this divine event is interpreted in the following manner. The ocean of milk is the human heart filled with sattvic tendencies, such as kindness, purity, and goodness. However, in all of us, there exists both types of inclinations, the good and the bad. Only sadhana or spiritual practices creates the churning process that will throw out the poison in us. Only then can we procure the sweet nectar that will liberate us from this unending cycle of birth and death. Now, Shaivites also call this day as Nanjunda Ekadasi, as it was on this day Shiva consumed Nanjur, the poison that emanated from the churning of the ocean. For the Vaishnava community, it is a very holy day and should be ideally spent in fasting, prayer, and meditation. Devotees look upon this austerity as a means to succeed in their spiritual endeavors. To them, it is an activity which will increase their sankalpa, that which is beneficial to them, so as to avoid activities which are not beneficial to them, and that is vikalpa. Such austerities make a student of spirituality enthusiastic, positive, serene, and determined. Austerity is indeed one of the four legs supporting religion, the other three being purity, mercy, and truthfulness. So, in his Gita-upadesham to Arjuna, Sri Krishna describes the threefold path of austerity and says, Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam Shauchanam Arvajanam Brahmacharyam Ahimsacha Shariram Tapuchyate, which means that one must worship the Supreme Lord, the Brahmans, the spiritual master and elders like the father and mother. Cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence are also austerity of the body. Truthful speech, which is not offensive to others, and regular recitation of scriptures is also austerity of speech. Serenity of thought, compassion, gravity, self-control, purity of purpose are all austerity of the mind. This threefold path of austerity practiced by men whose aim is not to just benefit materially, but also to please the Supreme, leads to a nature of goodness. Sri Krishna finally says that penance and austerities which are performed foolishly by means of obstinate self-torture or by destroying or injuring others are the approach of the ignorant. And that is something which is not going to please him at all. It is also recommended that one must not perform austerities beyond one's capabilities, lest the austerities become mechanical or offensive. So in fact, there is a shloka in Padma Purana which translates to, in the three worlds, there is no kind of fasting which is even comparable to the Ekadashi fast. Even if one performs this fast without a proper attitude, he achieves a supreme abode. If one fasts on Ekadashi day full of devotion, what happens to him by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, I just cannot say, which actually means the merit that a sadhak or a spiritual person, a seeker achieves cannot be described. While Vaikuntha Ekadashi is observed in all Vaishnava temples, the day is very special at the Sri Ranganatha temple at Sri Rangam in Tamil Nadu. On this salvation at the sacred precincts of the temple at Sri Rangam and showers his blessings and grace on mankind. So, this is about the Vaikuntha Ekadashi. Of course, you have an Ekadashi every 2 weeks. But I hope you like the interpretation that I have given, and do let me know. And until next time, I'm Sangeeta Venkatesh. Namaste.